All right, this is where it kind of gets weirder than normal. The next thing we have to do is confirmatory factor analysis, commonly called CFA. There are three main parts for CFA: convergent validity, discriminant validity, and nomological validity. And they can get kind of hairy, so we're going to break them down one at a time. We're going to start with convergent validity. First step, you got to calculate the average variance extracted, also called AVE. You want your AVE test statistic to be greater than 0.5. Okay? That's convergent validity first half. The second half of convergent validity is you got to calculate what we call the construct reliability. Careful. The word reliability makes you think of the Cronbach's alpha, but the Cronbach's alpha is internal reliability, and this construct reliability has more to do with convergent validity. Okay, so it's not Cronbach's alpha. But you want your construct reliability test statistic to be greater than 0.7. If not, you could be in trouble. In other words, if you don't reach these critical cutoff values, that means your results, their validity could be questioned. Okay, so you have a couple of options. You should go back and double check your data, first of all, and then make some major decisions. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're going to use a very handy Excel spreadsheet. It's the Convergent Validity Calculator. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Give me a second while I open it up. This is what it looks like. First step, very important. Make sure you're on the rel and val tab. This thing does a ton of stuff, but the only thing we're going to use it for right now is this, okay? So once you get this open, this is how you calculate the AVE and the CR. Next step is now we go back to Amos and we have to draw the entire model, okay, with a couple of reservations. But let's go back to Amos real quick. All right, to make this a shorter video, I went ahead and redrew our model in Amos using all three of the new constructs. And I put the covariance arrows in there. And if you need a refresher on that, simply go back to the path analysis section. It's just this double-headed arrow, so it's not that big of a deal. So after drawing a very careful model, then you're going to recalculate this guy. And then you're going to go to the output, and we're going to go to the estimates. Now, very careful here. We want the standardized estimates, okay? So you got to scroll down on this guy, and we want the standardized regression weights. We have to do each construct one at a time. So we're going to take these numbers, C1, C2, all the way to C4. We're going to take these numbers and enter them into our worksheet. Let me pull up the worksheet. There it is. So give me a second while I enter those numbers. So be careful. You only enter them in this column on this worksheet. I think this is the only one it'll let you enter anyway. So these are other calculations that you don't need to know. So what it did was it went ahead and calculated your AV and your CR score. Let me see if I can scroll this down so I can get it on screen. Hold on. And according to this sheet, our AVE is okay, right? Because this number is greater than 0.5. And our CR, construct reliability, is greater than 0.7. So the first construct of competency is good to go. All right, moving on to attitude. Here are our standardized regression weights from the output from Amos. So let's go ahead and enter those into our worksheet. Please hold. 0.704. 0.690. 0.728, 0.728, delete that one. And our AVE is 0.51, which is greater than 0.5, barely, but it's bigger than that. And our construct reliability is 0.807. Let me add those to our little sheet. Would you be quiet over there? All right, last one, preparedness. Let's go back to our Amos output. And we want the P's. So there they are, 0.814, etc., etc. Please hold while I enter them into our spreadsheet. You get back up there. Okay, spreadsheet. Okay, here are the standardized regression weights, and here is our new AVA, AVE, and our CR, our constructive reliability. So we are good to go. Let me put those on our table real quick. Please hold. So we are golden here. What we have just established is that the convergent validity between these three constructs was established. Okay, so we are good to go. We're going to move on to the next step.